were born in 1974. What is your first musical memory?
My first musical memory was for sure Tunisian folk music. It was mezwed. And the other thing was Julio Iglesias.
Iglesias?
Because my mom used to listen to Julio Iglesias
Okay.
every Sunday on the breakfast table. And my father used to listen to Carlos Santana. So these are the three things which I can call influenced me.
Yeah.
And in the summer, when I was in Tunisia, it was always Bob Marley.
Bob Marley? Okay.
This is the music I grew up with, and for a long time I was listening to this music.
What did you do then music-wise? Did you play an instrument or?
No, I didn't play an instrument. I mean, I was just listening, dancing, singing, running around. Okay. That was for me being a musician.
And the Tunisian folk music, can you give me a name maybe?
It's called mezwed.
Mezwed?
Mezwed is based on drums, darbukas, and the sack, the horn, and a lot of claps, a lot of loud singing. And it's, I mean, now these days when I listen to this music, I find a similarity to techno somehow, because the groove, it's a lot of big energy there.
Yeah. Did you like that music? Because sometimes when kids grow up, they don't like what the parents.
I mean, I liked it. I didn't like Julio Iglesias,
Okay.
but I like because I was used to it, you know. And of course, later when you start to listen to soul and funk and hip hop, this music goes in the background because it's not so cool when you're a kid.
Yeah.
But it captured me when I grew. It captured me back, and it was great. And I was happy to grow up with this kind of music.
Do you still use it in your music sometimes?
To be honest, of course, I used it when I started to do electronic music. It was the drums. I was very percussive, and till now these days, when you hear me DJing, I love the drums. I love them, and they're still a part of me.
So you can trace it back to listening to the Tunisian folk music.
That's what I said. I mean, these days now, I understand there's a circle, and the circle is back.
Okay. When did you actually started doing music yourself?
I think it was in end of 80s, early 90s. I was very young, and I was always hanging with older people. And I remember it was my Italian friend who used to live in front of the house, and he had a turntable, and he had records, and I was listening to those records, and I was trying to make music somehow, and I was so fascinated by it, and this is how everything started. You know, when I grew up, it was always my dream, like doing something with music. Of course, my second dream was to become the best football player in the world, but my skills were not that big at that time. So I was focusing more on music, but music, I didn't want to be a superstar. I wanted just to make music. I love music so much. I wanted to be a part of my life. And before I doing music, I was dancing a lot. I was dancing in a group, and I was dancing in Tunisia with a group. And this was just the next step, you know, and I loved it so much. And this turntable was so magic to me.
What sort of records did he have that your Italian friend, what sort of records were
it? Was a lot of soul and funk, Chaka Khan, it was Gap Band, it was a lot of stuff like that. Prince, Michael Jackson, and then later it was hip hop.